Hi, I'm Chef Gail Sokol and welcome to my kitchen. And welcome to Measuring 101. All my years as a baking instructor, the biggest mistake I have seen my students make is not measuring correctly. Whether it's a liquid, a solid, it doesn't matter, or even weighing ingredients. Baking is an exact science, remember that. You can get away with a little bit more when you cook, so if you add an extra clove of garlic or two or a little extra olive oil, it's not going to take away from the integrity of that recipe. Baking is different. Recipes are formulas and they're balanced. So they have solid ingredients and they have liquid ingredients and they have ingredients that give structure, and you really want your baked good to have the right crumb and the right texture. So let's measure a few things and I can show you how it should be done. Let's start with a liquid. I'm going to measure 1 cup of milk, and you want to start in a liquid measuring cup. I see a lot of people measure milk and other liquids in a solid measuring cup. Don't do it. There will be a difference and your baked good will suffer. So come on over, and if you notice, measuring cups usually come in different sizes, but they have lines of volume measurement. So I'm going to start pouring my milk. I want to get to 1 cup, and you're going to go to that line. And the milk is going to make what's known as a meniscus, and you want to bend down and really look and see. So I'm going to bend down, and I'm going to actually see that I'm still a little shy. So I really want you to bend down. Don't hold the cup up. Bend down, and there it is. It's perfect. That is exactly 1 cup, and that's exactly what you want. All right? That's how you measure a liquid. Let's go to flour, all-purpose flour. Flour gives structure to baked goods. So I'm going to use a solid measuring cup, and I'm going to aerate my flour. I'm going to put it, if it's in the bag of flour, like that 5-pound bag that's really heavy, and it really settles on the bottom, that actually needs to be aerated. So I put it in a bowl like this, and I sort of toss it a little bit, and then I'm going to spoon it to overflowing into that cup. And the cup should be clean and dry. And I'm going to spoon it until it's overflowing. And then I'm going to take a straight edge. I like to use a butter knife. That's just my favorite thing to do. And just go straight across. All right? That is 1 cup of flour, exactly the way it should be. Okay? Bang, bang, bang. Now let's go to granulated sugar. Let's get a cup of granulated sugar. Now granulated sugar, you don't have to worry about it packing. So I can just actually put my measuring cup in there, if you can see that, and just gather what I can and then spoon again to overflowing. But you don't have to worry about packing granulated sugar. I'm going to take my my straight edge, and I'm going to go across. All right, and there's 1 perfect cup of sugar. Now some people will go like this. Yep, there you have it, 1 cup of sugar. That's not 1 cup of sugar. That's probably a little over 3/4 of a cup of sugar. So make sure you go to the top and level. All right, make sure it's perfect, or as humanly possible, possibly perfect. Now let's say you want brown sugar. So brown sugar needs to be packed. Pretend you're at the ocean and you're at the beach and you're making a sandcastle. So what I like to do is brown sugar needs to actually be packed into the measuring cup. So you're going to, again, put this to overflowing. You don't have to worry about it packing itself and aerating it because you want it packed. So you push it down. You can use your hands just like you would sand in a pail. So very often I will tell people that are baking with me, pretend you're at the beach and you're making a sandcastle. So what would you do? You would actually pack it in, because brown sugar almost feels like wet sand. And then when you get to this point, you're going to pack it. All right, and that is about 1 cup. And then here's your little sandcastle right there. So that's perfect. Let's say you want to measure a tablespoon of something, whether it's baking powder, baking soda, salt. You want to actually let's go to our flour, because it's very similar to what baking powder would look like. You're, again, you can actually put the tablespoon into the container, and then as you're drawing it out, so let's say I put it into the container, it comes out like that, level it off. That's your perfect tablespoon, okay? So make sure you do that. Now let's say you want to measure by weight, 4 ounces of flour. And don't think half a cup is 4 ounces of flour. Like 1 cup, you think is 8 ounces of flour. Flour actually, solid, if you weigh it, it's actually only 4 ounces per cup, all-purpose flour. And each flour weighs something different, so it's not always 8 ounces a cup. So I'm going to, if you want to come on over here, when you have a scale, a baker's scale like this, a digital scale, you want to make sure you turn it on with your container that you're going to measure it with, and you're going to turn it on and make sure it comes to 0. So what you've done is you've tare weighted this bowl. You've actually eliminated the weight of this bowl because this bowl actually weighs something. So I'm going to take whatever I need. I'm just going to sprinkle this in. I'm not measuring it in here, but I'm going to sprinkle this in. And let's say I want 4 ounces. Can you see the ounces? So I have 1.5. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Not yet. 2.5. Let's say I want 4 ounces. All right. 4 ounces. So there I have it. Now let's say I want to add another ingredient. Let's say I want flour plus baking powder. All I have to do now is 0 it again, and it will take into account and tare the flour and the bowl. And then I can take a measuring spoon and do my baking powder again. Let's say just like I taught you here, all right, with my straight edge, and add it in there. I'm not taking a tablespoon, I'm just measuring how much would this be. This is 1/4 ounce, let's say that's what I wanted, 1/4 ounce of baking powder. And there I have now 2 ingredients that I've actually measured by weight, and all you have to do is you can keep on adding ingredients if you want. It's super easy. And there you have it, Measurement 101. Until next time.